Hey everybody, it's been a really long time since I've done one of these, but I'm back. So as most of you guys know me here on YouTube, or if you follow me on Twitter or on Patreon or even DeviantArt, I go by Sayana, or Sayana Brief, but you can just call me Sayana. So I watched the first trailer of the upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie, Dragon Ball Super SuperHero, which is going to be released sometime in 2022. Whether we're going to get it here in the United States the same year, we don't know because we don't know. But anyways, so I watched the first official trailer and I rewatched it a bunch of different times. And a few things stuck out to me, and so far nobody's covered it. So I just want to kind of cover it and share my thoughts that I have on some of it. So I went through and I grabbed I did a few screen grabs of which are going to appear in this video. So let's get started. So we have the first one. We have the guy in the red suit with the kind of superhero-y guy next to him giving a thumbs up. And then on top of that, we have a much larger picture of a guy who looks like he's more like a scientist or something. Now, what we see of him in the trailer, he's short. So I don't know if he's supposed to be a kid or just like a short adult or what. But I noticed then, in actually technically skipping ahead to the third screen grab that I have, we have him in actually what looks a lot like the outfit that the sort of superhero-y guy in the first picture is wearing. You know, because at first I thought it was just like a zip-up hoodie, but then it's like, wait, he's got the gloves and stuff, and that part, you know, that goes around the back that looks like a hood, well, that could be a cape. So, and then again, too, going back and rewatching, I'm like, wait a second, that looks a lot like the superhero guy looking in the first picture's outfit. And I mean, too, it could be a cape. It could actually be like the hood or I don't know what you call it. Is it like a skull cap or what? But like the head covering that the guy is wearing in the first picture, it could be the hood for that, like kind of like a Deku sort of pull-up hooded thing, you know, that Deku has in My Hero Academia. So throwing in that, and then also the combination of the new crisis and going to what I actually saved as the second screen grab that shows up. You know, we get like that laboratory sort of looking background thing with Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 and the guy in the red suit with the big flippy kind of pompadour space dandy hairdo. This one I got Vegeta showing, but there was also Goku, Vegeta, Majin Buu, Mr. Satan shows up on there. But I also noticed too with that scene, just since I'm talking about it, there are like, I don't know if they're buttons, but they're, you know, these circles, and they all have, you know, a different letter and different numbers with them, and there's 6 of them. So if you automatically count Goku, Vegeta, Mr. Satan, and Buu, well, there's 4. You know, maybe who are the other 2, but kind of glomminating this all together. So my thought is, or my theory right now, is possibly that this movie, instead of being this lighthearted, like maybe Pan's just going to learn about different types of heroes and stuff like that movie that some fellow YouTubers have speculated upon even before the first trailer dropped here, I'm kind of thinking instead of that, maybe the new crisis is actually that the heroes are in danger. Maybe this guy, you know, little short dude with our little red ribbon sort of sippy cup as Geekdom 101, or Danny. We're personal friends. I know him as Danny, but you guys know him as Geekdom. But as he pointed out, the Red Ribbon Army sippy cup, my thought is maybe this guy maybe something happened to the hero in the first picture. You know, maybe he wants to get revenge for this guy, or maybe he's actually, maybe he wants to like maybe they want to like get rid of all the heroes and like this guy's going to replace them or something like that. Or maybe he really just is a villain who wants to take out the heroes. So I guess in a way I'm kind of thinking maybe a bit of a My Hero Academia thing, you know, right now it's going on, you know, spoilers for people who watch that series, you know, the bad guys want to like take out all the heroes. Or maybe sort of The Incredibles movie, you know, where the one guy wanted to be a hero and he got shunned, so he decided he became a villain who was going to take out the good guys. Maybe it's going to be something like that. Because even too, going back to the laboratory scene, you know, as I started pointing out with those 6 different circles, you know, the blue circles with the numbers and the letters on them, I might go back and rewatch this now if they light up as they're changing, but I know it's like let me open this up here, make it larger. I can't remember if one actually was a 6. Yeah, we have a C66. Oh, I guess they say cam. So maybe they're cameras that like follow them out around to record them. Because I find it very interesting too, like the Vegeta one we have pulled up. he's in the Batman, outfit, the pink button-down shirt with Batman on the back and the yellow pants, which, it always bugged me. If he hated that shirt so much, why did he keep the pink shirt on? He could have taken that off and just worn the white shirt he's got on underneath it. That's always been kind of weird to me. But anyways, I mean, that's back from the start of the Android saga, when Future Trunks shows up like the very first time. And also, as Danny points out in his one video with Boo, I didn't grab a screen cap of that, but he has the bluish green colored tongue, which I guess he has more of in the manga. Granted, it's been a while since I've seen the Boo saga, but I thought he had that color tongue somewhere in the Boo saga as well, at least. Like when he was still a bad guy, or Kid Boo had that color, or something like that. I also noticed, too, that they spell Boo B-O-O, whereas, I don't know, maybe it's an American thing of spelling Boo B-U-U, but I don't know, because I've seen it other places, too, where people spell it the other way, but I'm going to have to investigate more into that later. But, like I said, we have Vegeta in like a very outdated outfit of his. We have possibly like an older form of Boo as well. But going back with the 6 different buttons or the cameras possibly now, who are the other 2? We could have Gohan be in there as a hero. Maybe one's Piccolo. Like I said, just goes back to the idea with the title, the crisis, what we see in this trailer. I said my theory, there's a word, is that they are something with the Red Ribbon Army is going to try to go after the heroes and get rid of all of them, also making sense of why we see Gamma 2 attacking Piccolo, which I find very, very interesting too. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, a couple different things actually. First of all, they're Gamma. They're not Alpha or even Beta. They're Gamma. They're 3rd on the list. Now, I know, like, in animal societies, you have the alpha male, the beta male. I don't know if you go down to a gamma in those levels, but it's just kind of like, okay, is our guy in the red suit, is he the alpha, and then the short guy's the beta, and these guys are the gamma? I don't know. It's just, those names kind of stuck out to me, and especially the factor that there's 1 and 2. It's like, hey, you guys aren't the alpha male or the beta male. You're the gamma male, and you have to share it. But I did kind of find it interesting, too, in the trailer, that it's Gamma 2 gets way more airtime. Gamma 1's barely in the trailer, even though he's very showcased on the first poster that we have right now, which that graphic has also been released. We don't have him really at all in the trailer. But I do kind of find it interesting, too, that they're sort of dressed like heroes themselves. They're sort of dressed in like a soldier outfit with a cape on the back, which also makes me notice there's a lot of capes in Dragon Ball. Of course, Great Saiyaman has a cape. But Boo has a cape, and Mr. Satan has a cape, which does make sense since he's like a hero. And I guess you could kind of call Piccolo's rap thing a cape, and it's just there's a lot of capes in this series already. But anyways, combining most of this first point together here, my theory is, I have a few. The main theory is that something with the Red Ribbon Army, Red Ribbon, maybe he's going to be the Red Ribbon suit now, I don't know. That would be a little cheesy, but whatever's going on with Red Ribbon, they are going after the heroes, more specifically our heroes, as like Goku, Vegeta. I'm throwing Piccolo in there since we know he's got a key part in this movie. Probably Great Saiyaman since we know Gohan's in the movie. Whether it is to replace them with like new heroes, get revenge on a previous one who was taken out possibly, or just the villains rising up over the heroes. That I don't know yet. But those are my theories, is it's going to be one of those things with taking out the heroes. So then the other thing I wanted to point out is the screen grab I have here of Pan. Again, we know she's a little bit older. One thing I noticed was the symbol on the front of her shirt, which of course the screen grab I have is a side view, but that's what we're going with, is decently similar to the graphic that Videl has on her dress in Battle of the Gods when, it's revealed that she's pregnant with Pan, when her pregnancy is announced. Which I thought that was kind of interesting. Maybe it's some weird, Satan family clothing line or something they have going on. Of course, it's probably just kind of a demonic looking sort of Satan, sort of in a way, like devilish, I should say, face, just because, Mr. Satan, Videl, of course, is a spoof of Satan, or the name Devil, sorry. I'm recording this on a whim. I have not practiced. This is the second go, but I still haven't really practiced this. So, but I thought that was kind of interesting. And I have a few theories on the GTH. I've had a few people like, what's that about? Now, I know the first one is probably not it at all, because to my knowledge, Mr. Satan is only Hercule in the original English dub of DBZ. I don't know about in other countries. I don't know about Kai because I actually have not watched all of Kai. But, you know, in the original Dragon Ball Z, he was Hercule. He was Hercule Satan. And then in Super, he became just Mr. Satan. I think maybe once or twice they've maybe dropped a Hercule, maybe, in Super. But my first thought was like granddaughter to Hercule, GTH. Like I said, it's probably not it. Another one I thought of was just it's goth, but without the O, because that's kind of, I mean, people just throw like gothic stuff and like devil things together, which is, you really shouldn't do that because that's not an automatic assumption. And I love it if it would just be goth without the O, because everybody went through the gothic stage at one point or another, right? But actually, the last one I thought of while I was recording the first attempt of this video, which I doubt it's this either, because I feel like nobody should wear this on their shirt, especially a 4-year-old kid. But GTH, go to hell. I mean, it could be. I mean, it goes with the whole, Satan play on devil thing of her family line. But anyways, the main thing, though, that really stood out to me in the trailer is check out her eye. Originally, in GT and the little bit that she's in the end of Z, and even in Super, little baby Pan just has the solid black eye. Like no iris, just a solid black pupil like Goku has, and Chi-Chi has, and Gohan and Goten have, and of course, like I said, she used to, and Yamcha and Tien and some other characters, other characters who are not part of the San family have had. And as I said, even in Super as a baby, she has the solid black eye. She does not have, like the kind of separate iris that like Videl has, or Bulma and Trunks and, other various characters. And yeah, like I thought, I found it interesting that they changed it. And the thing too, I think is kind of interesting is, of course, because like with Bulma and Trunks, because at first I was thinking, I'm like, well, maybe it's like they did this differently because she's a girl, but it's like, well, Chi-Chi's eyes aren't like that, and Mr. Satan's eyes are, and of course, he's a boy. But I mean, pointing out, like, even with Bulma and Trunks, even though they're mother and son, they have the same eye color, their eyes are drawn differently, where, most of the girls are as how Pans are shown here. But the difference is, so if they switch it and she has a different style of eye, like, her mother Videl and her grandpa, Mr. Satan, it's gray. It's not blue. Like, we've never seen this before. Everybody either has an eye color or they have the solid black eye with really no iris whatsoever. It's just the pupil. And I hope I have my terms right here. I'm not an eye doctor-y person, so I don't know all these correct terms. I'm hoping they're right. If they aren't, I apologize. But yeah, that just stood out to me, the fact that she has the two, like, she has the black, I'm calling a pupil, and she's got like the color part of the iris, but it is gray. But in the trailer, when we see Goku, he still has his regular, black eyes that he always has. So it's kind of interesting. That really, really stood out to me. So I'm just kind of, is it just a different animation thing? What sparked the change? Is it going to be like this forever? Because like I said, in Super, when she's a baby, she doesn't have eyes like this. I'm very sure. Again, I haven't watched anything Dragon Ball besides information videos in a really long time, because I'm barely able to keep up with the current My Hero Academia is the only current anime I'm watching right now, and I'm struggling to keep up with that because life is so freaking busy. But yeah, so I'm very curious what's up with us with the eye. So maybe it's just a different thing with the animation, which I could go on about the animation, but that's for a different time. So but yeah, I just noticed that. I thought it was kind of interesting, and I wanted to point it out. So anyways, I think that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope to get back to making more of these shortly. I hope everybody's doing well and staying well. So we're going to wrap things up. So everybody, stay safe, stay well, wear a mask, get vaccinated, take care, and as always, peace.